Can you tell us what is the difference between DUI, DWI, DWAI? Am I forgetting any of them?
Maybe. There's a couple different there's really three different sort of crimes that you can get, and I'm not counting the second, thirds, fourths, and all of that. But there are two kinds of DUI. So the first kind of DUI is driving under the influence. That is the crime of driving when your ability to operate a motor vehicle is substantially impaired by the use of alcohol, drugs, or both. Substantially impaired is the operative term there, right? You need to be substantially impaired, right? There's got to be a real problem with your behavior. The other thing that we know of as DUI, and this is by far the more common one, is what we call DUI per se. In that analysis, the substantial impairment thing doesn't matter. What matters instead is whether or not that blood or breath testing reveals a BAC higher than 0.08. For either of those, if it does, that's the crime. And it doesn't matter, you could be Lewis Hamilton and be at a 0.09, and I guarantee you Lewis Hamilton at a 0.09 is probably a fine driver. He's still guilty of a DUI. Like, it has no bearing on your ability to drive. It has no bearing on any of that. It is simply a question of, is your BAC over the line?
Right.
Now, the sort of the flip side for both of those is the third one, and that's DUI or DWAI, driving while ability impaired, or DWAI. That is the lesser offense. It's where you're driving and you're impaired to the slightest degree. We call that's like those road signs, high driving is buzz driving, or buzz driving is high driving. Those kinds of things. There's not really a line for your BAC for a DWAI. Technically it's 0.05, but most people instead just go with the person seem impaired at the time. Now that offense is lesser, which means it's got fewer community service hours associated with it. It's got fewer fines associated with it. And that's all good. But the penalty is basically the exact same as a DUI. You're still going to have to do a year of probation at a minimum. You're still going to have to do all of the classes that are required by law. You're still going to have to pay some fines. You're still going to have to do the DUI therapy as well. And all of that stuff is the big expensive thing. Really, the only difference between them is the points and the fines.